Welcome back to Touhoumon World Link Revised. In the last part, I went through the entirety of Victory Road. It took a while, and it would have taken a lot longer if I didn't grind everyone to level 70. But eventually made through it. I made it to here, where the Elite Four are, and I found out that apparently there are NPCs here that can change your Pokemon's nature and give you perfect IVs. So between this and last part, I gave everyone perfect IVs. Everyone else has perfect IVs. Don't feel bad about that at all, because A, it's an option the game gave me. B, there's a good chance that the Pokemon I'm about to face have custom IVs, and even if they don't, this game has kind of done a lot of pissing me off lately, so I don't feel bad about cheesing it. Other than that, yeah, I looked at the team, see if I should make any changes beyond that, and I didn't end up changing anyone but Luna. And what I did was, I've been trying to have her be used as a mix attacker because she has a buffing attack nature, but that hasn't really been the most optimal way to use her, especially since I gave her a nasty plot. So what I did was I changed her nature to modest, so now she has buffed special attack and lowered attack. And I got rid of Leaf Blade and gave her Energy Light, which is basically Leaf Blade but special and also lowers special defense, so it's basically Leaf Blade but better. Because it actually does something else. Yeah, that's that. Everyone else has basically the same moves. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the Elite Four. And it's gonna go great because I'm over leveled and I got perfect IVs, so the game's not gonna kick my ass. It's really not. I also bought a lot of items. Beyond this point, only those trainers who have collected all the gym badges are permitted to enter. Trainer, let us confirm that you have all the gym badges. Trainer, believe in yourself and your Bonica and go forth. I remember hearing stuff about this in videos about how certain Pokemon games, they don't actually check like all the gym badges, they only check like specific ones, and which specific ones they check is different on the game. Alright, it is time. Make sure I do the save state before I talk to you. Yes. Welcome, Challenger. I'm Sydney of the Elite Four. I'm from Sydney. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. Sydney's a place, right? That's good. Looking real good. Alright, you and me, let's enjoy a battle that can only be staged here in the Bonica League. It's the first game where the Elite Four had their own battle theme. And it was a really good one to start off with. Yep, they all have 4 Pokemon because what'd you expect? Mountain of Faith? Or no. Fucking Native Faith. That's what we're doing? Okay. I don't know about this one. Maybe it'll get better, but like that seemed kind of like forced to try to be. That was like really trying to get them to stick together. You know? It's like, oh, it's Elite Four, now it's Native Faith for a bit, you know, it's going all over the place. No, it's got like 2 notes of the Elite Four theme again. I don't know, this one's a bit weird. Sahara, how slow are you? Yep. I love flinching. It's so cool and I flinch and can't do anything. The coolest, really. Ah, you thought you could kill me just because I was in kill range. You fool. I have 70 alternative hyper potions. I actually don't have that many. You're real fucking funny, game. You're really funny. Really fucking funny, game. Can we get to the point now? Ice Beam, huh? Why can Extrasensory flinch anyway? Wow, it only took 3 attempts. We finally used the move. What do you know? It was a one-shot. Amazing how this game works, huh? If you let me move, I can actually win. When you don't let me move, I can't do anything. Can I trust you to not get one-shot by this thing? Probably not. Get fucked. It's amazing how Saragamaru looks like a pretty fast Pokemon is actually apparently the slowest thing on Earth. Margatroy's a dark type? That explains a lot. Alright, so you're like Psychic Dark or something? What can I even hit you with? You know? Nothing's good against a good old Earthquake to the face. You're using Dark Pulse against a Dark type? Not a smart move, kid. Yeah, you have no better options against me, do you? Well, if you just make me flinch until I just die because I can't hit you at all, that's one way to do it. Considering what my luck has been, it's a pretty effective way for you to do it. Yep, it happens again. Wow, we're really doing this, huh? You're banking on wasting as much time as possible. Maybe you're hoping for a crit or something, huh? Right, well, Kagero could have been useful in this fight. Now she's not because she's almost dead because that just happened. Iramilia, we know how this goes. Gonna show up and use Intimidate and make any attacker I have completely useless. So, if Ed could, you know, either outspeed it or not get one shot, then I can use Thunderbolt to kill this thing immediately, yes? Or is she gonna outspeed me and kill me immediately, like's happened to Ed hundreds of times by this point? It's an exaggeration, but, you know, it doesn't feel like one to me. Steel Wing? Yep, I'm slower, of course. You gonna die immediately, Luna? No, you didn't. Okay, so I can keep playing the game. If I didn't grind to level 70, that would have been a one-shot. E-Flawn! Oh, this piece of shit. Right. Last thing I fought before I decided to grind everyone up to level 70. Because this thing's stupid. You didn't have Intimidate last time. Well then, you pushed me this far. Oh, Flapjack, I hope you kill it immediately instantly. Anyway. Man, I remember when Flandre was known for being slow and hitting really hard. Apparently this one doesn't do that at all. She's just a perfect little thing who's able to do everything perfectly. She outspeeds you and kills you instantly. Sounds like a super fun thing to fight to me. Oh, we're doing this, huh? She's just gonna sweep my entire team after this, huh? Oh, she barely didn't. Right. That's why you don't play this game fairly. Because if I did, and I was on your level, that thing would have swept my entire team. And I wouldn't want to play this game anymore. Well, how do you like that? I lost. It was fun, and so it doesn't matter. Well, listen to what this loser has to say. You've got what it takes to go far. Now go on to the next room and enjoy your next battle. Well, that could have been worse. But that's also the first one. So the fact that I had trouble at all really doesn't bode too well, does it? Do 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 do. 70 super potions enough? Might not actually be. I looked in my bag. I have quite a couple PP restoring items, so I should be good on that front. That's normally what you worry about the most when facing Elite Four, is running out of PP for moves. Alright, next one's the Ghost Lady, right? I guess a werewolf would probably be the best decision here. So yeah, you had like weird electrical things on the sides. You just have like cracked stone Luigi on the side. Why was this one of the characters they didn't bring back for Gen 7? Which literally takes place in Hawaii. She's wearing a very tropical outfit. Ahaha. I'm Phoebe of the Elite Four. I did my training on Mount Pyre. While I trained, I gained the ability to commune with Ghost-type Bonica. Because I'm Orin. I'm actually Orin in costume. What a twist. Yes, the bond I developed with Bonica is extremely tight, so come on, just try and see if you can even inflict damage on my Bonica. Doot, 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 doot. They really tease you with these remixes in this game, don't you? It's like, oh, you're gonna listen to the original, and actually, Mountain of Faith, here you go. Native Faith, even. It's just such an abrupt change, isn't it? Why are you faster than me, you fucking jackass? Lucky for me, Kagro's the only one who can take hits sometimes. Sometimes she can't. But this time she could. Right, this thing also fucking murders me, doesn't it? But if I can murder it first, then I should be fine. Of course not. Yeah, let's do that again. Like, I'm just gonna take that, yeah, sure. Right, Heartbreak again. Battle Chant. What's that? Okay. I love when the Ghost-type gym leaders just have all of the counters to every single move you could possibly use on every single one of their Pokemon. Yep, the first one's super effective against Dark, and the next one's super effective against Dark, too. Wow. Amazing how that works. I don't even know if you're weak to Shadow Punch, because I think you're also part fighting, which means you might be immune to this, which means you might reset again if this does no damage. Heater Dance. Well, now you're just being annoying. Alright, there we go. Now go back to using Kagero, please, or is the rest of your team super effective against Dark too? Like, they do this in Pokemon too, where they have counters, but when, like, the majority of the team can be super effective against the thing they're supposed to be weak against, you gotta wonder, like, what are you even doing here? Just get hard punished for using the solution you're supposed to use for these types of things. Alright. That wasn't a good decision, Koichi. Of course, you have a bento box. Oh, you're supposed to... I guess you're supposed to be really defensive. It's hard for me to tell what are supposed to be the really defensive Pokemon and which ones aren't, because I'm not able to one-shot any of them anyway. Raikou. Don't know what Raikou has to do with being a Dark type. At all. Like, literally at all, but apparently she is. And she has Sickle Beam. Kagero, you're slower than a giant drum. Do I need to put you on some sort of, like, training regimen? Make you get outside at 6 in the morning and run a mile? Because this speed stat is ridiculous. Yuko. No, because you'll die. Just Shadow Punch it. It never drops. It does parts of Native Faith, but it never actually goes to like any other drop. Like it never continues on because it needs to go back to being the Elite Four theme again. I told you she was an Orin. I knew it. So Flapjack, you wanna not miss this 85% accurate move 5 times? pretty cool if you didn't. But it won't matter anyway, because you have Intimidate, right? Yep. Time to show you something really scary. You know, I try to, like... I think I have, like, now that I've turned Luna into a special attacker, I have, like, half attackers and half special attackers, which is something you probably should have. Man, with the amount of Pokemon they have that use Intimidate in this game, it makes you think maybe you should have, like, 5 special attackers and 1 attacker. Oh, darn. I've gone and lost. There's a definite bond between you and your Bonica too. Didn't recognize it at first, so it's only natural that I lost. Yep, I'd like to see how far your bond will carry you. Go ahead, move on to the next room. Next room is Ice Lady. Because she's an Ice Queen. Get it? Man, remember when Frozen was like a massive cultural phenomenon that you couldn't escape from? And then, like, the second movie came out, and, like, nobody really cares anymore. I mean, I heard that movie wasn't exactly very good. But even if it was, I feel like more people would have watched it anyway? I don't know. I don't know, nowadays, I think more people know Elsa for the whole, like, Spider-Man Elsa stuff that happened on YouTube more than the actual movie nowadays, you know? Alright, next one is, Ice. So... what do I even... I can punch Ice. Ice has like a million weaknesses, but I'm like, none of them I'm remembering right now. Ice is weak to rock, yes. Are they weak to steel? I don't remember. I think it's weak to ground. I don't know. I'll just punch him. Yeah, right, the original Hoenn. How many ice types did they have? They had, like, the Sphealine and, like, Glalie. So her entire team was the Sphealine and Glalie, because they thought making an ice type Elite Four in this, with that only used the regional dex was a good idea. I don't know why, but they did. But yeah, because she'll have an actual team now. I say that, but like, how many ice types are in this game? Like, Cherno and I and Yumemi for some reason, and I think this one added some more, but in like the earlier Puppet games, that was like it. I know Narumi's one, but Narumi's not in this game, so... Welcome, my name is Galatia of the Elite Four. I've traveled from afar to Hoenn so that I may hone my ice skills. But all I have seen are challenges by weak trainers in the Bonica. What about you? It would please me to no end if I could go all out against you. Man, Pokemon's... I've said this, I've talked about this many times, the whole protagonist in Pokemon age thing. Because occasionally you have, like, what happened in the Elite Four earlier, where, like, someone was like, aren't you a little kid? And they, like, treated me like a little kid because, you know, Brendan's, like... They may not be 10, like Red, but I don't think they're much older than that. So just find it really... When you really think about how amusing it is, you think about who you're playing as, and then you go up to these people, like this like old lady, and she's like talking to you like an equal because you're both good at the Pokemon game. It's just a funny thought to think about. Like I'm 10 years old, and this lady's like, I'm going to defeat you. Will you be my opponent that will give me satisfaction or whatever? I don't know. Like, even if we're playing Pokemon cards against each other, I don't think this is how this conversation would go. Why did I bring you out? I don't know. Yeah, I kind of deserve that. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Throw rocks at you. hail continues to fall. So can I have time to talk about something? I mentioned last part, I went to go see the Freddy movie, the second Freddy movie, and I think in the video I uploaded earlier, the edit video of the character names, I think I said in the description of that video. I'm supposed to go watch the movie later. I hope it's good. It wasn't. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, but that doesn't mean much. When going to the theater, I've watched quite a few movies that are terrible, but I enjoyed watching them. Pretty sure I enjoyed Jurassic World. The first one. It's the only one I watched in theaters. Yeah, that movie's pretty terrible. I enjoyed watching it. Suicide Squad? That movie's fucking dreadful. I remember enjoying watching that in theaters. Doctor Strange, that's the small one, small Yuko, the Multiverse of Madness or something. My, dad wanted to go watch that in theaters with, family we were visiting for some reason, so I went and watched that one. That movie's terrible, but it's fucking hilarious. And Sarah Kamaru, I just needed you to do one thing. And you did it anyway, despite being frostbit, so, good job. Yeah, that movie's hilarious because, it, tries to be like a cheesy horror movie at some point, and it's really bad at it, even more than horror movies are. Yeah, that movie was fucking terrible, but it was funny. And, I enjoyed the first FNAF movie, but I don't think the first FNAF movie is a terrible movie. It's definitely not a good one. But, yeah, second Freddy movie. I mean, after I said after I watched it that I thought it was better than the first one, but, upon reflection, really think about it, no, it's a lot worse than the first one. It's better, just as a movie, cinematography and, effects and all that stuff. Despite the heat of battle, we never melt under pressure. Just things that, don't involve the story. It was better than the first movie. But, that's about it. It was a fucking mess of a movie. Which, ironically, is kind of fitting, because you have the original novel trilogy. Do you intend to melt away my very heart? Where, you had the Silver Eyes, which, from what I have heard, is, an okay book that's, nothing special, it's not terrible. Which you could probably apply to the first movie. Whether it's actually better than the first Silver Eyes book, I don't know. I've never read it. But then the second book in that trilogy is when you get into, oh yeah, there's fucking illusion discs, and there's animatronics coming out of the ground, and the illusion discs make them all scary looking, and the main character's a robot. I don't think that was revealed to the third book, but I think it was hinted at. So yeah, the second book was when things started going off the rails before they fucking completely jumped off a cliff by the third book. So if the movies carry that on, well, the third one's gonna be a fucking trip and a half. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully they, I'm pretty sure the movie's getting, fucking review bombs, so hopefully they learn that whatever the hell they did for this movie, they probably shouldn't do for the next one, because I can talk about it later. You and your Bonica, how hot your spirits burn. The all-consuming heat overwhelms. It's no surprise that my icy skills failed to harm you. Advance to the next room, and there confirm the truly fearsome side of the Bonica League. Right, so I think you use Faith types next one, because Dragon doesn't exist. Right, Flapjack died because I wasn't paying attention. Right, you're frostbitten. Need to deal with that. Do I have an Ice Heal? If I do, I can go ahead and use it and get it out of my inventory. No, it doesn't look like I do. Where's my full heal? That's the thing about... That's one thing about Pokemon games, is that, yeah, the full heals are a bit more expensive, but, like, once you have access to full heals, you might as well just buy full heals instead of stocking up on all the different item heals that you might need to use later, especially, like, when are you ever going to use an ice heal? Except for in this game, where I've repeatedly gotten frozen because I've gotten unlucky. Especially in these earlier games where you have, like, limited inventory space. So do you want to limit a slot just so you can have a couple, like, antidotes and paralyzed heals? Like, I have an antidote right now, I should probably just toss it. Toss these. I don't need these. I have 39 full heals. Just taking up inventory space. Right, you weren't fully healed yet, right? I need to use this potion. No, potion's all the way up here. Okay. What the hell is good against Faith? Didn't I have a picture of this at some point? I might have. Give me a second. I do. I have the type chart right here. Alright, Faith. It's not very effective against Steel or Psychic. Super effective against Fighting, Faith, and Dark. Right, it's super effective against itself. Is it weak to? Oh my god. So is it only weak to Faith and like nothing else? No, okay, so I have to look from it from a column. Right, so it's weak to Poison, Psychic, and Faith. Okay. Poison, Psychic, and Faith. So I have one Psychic type. So I guess I'll put her up front, and then I have one Poison move. A werewolf has Poison Claw. I don't think that's going to help me very much, because she's a Dark type. Right, so this guy has spikes. Just completely open, no guardrails or anything. Pretty metal, dude. I am the last of the Pokemon Bonica League Elite Four, Drake the Faith Master. In their natural state, Bonica are wild living things. They are free. At times they hinder us, at times they help us. For us to battle with Bonica as partners, do you know what it takes? Do you know what is needed? If you don't, then you will never prevail over me. Drake, he is a sailor. He was born along the tide. By the sea he did abide. Byakugan. Yeah, I'm already barely higher level than these guys. And I grinded to level 70 before I started. Alright, great start. I love starting with getting crit. It's a really cool way to start. Okay, you're still alive. If you died to that, we'd be going back in time. Don't know why you're not weak to that. You must have some other type where you don't die to Psychic. I don't know. Sendai. You're a fighting type, aren't you? I don't know. Just throw Kuzei out and hope they don't die to the Faith before they can kill them with the Faith. Use the Faith to kill the Faith. Drain Punch. I thought fighting didn't do super effective damage, or did not very effective damage, so it should have evened out with the steel. Okay, at least you're dead. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing here. Poison Claw. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try Poison Claw and hope it works. It's great. A werewolf tanks things, except for when she doesn't. Every time. I'm gonna have to reset this because I don't know what I'm doing. Da 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 dee. Do 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 dee da dee da dee da dee da. Yeah, nice crit, jackass. And we've reached the point. I don't know what to kill you with, so you just kill me instantly. Because that's how this game works. If I don't kill you instantly, then you kill me instantly. Of course. Rainbow's well known for being immune to water. Its main character trait. You have Intimidate. Oh, no, it's my special attack. Doesn't help you much. Yep. Look at all these Nico and Reimu. They just to talk all the time about how water has no effect on them. I mean, a jackass here, but I'm kind of annoyed. Alright, you wanna die to head? Am I gonna have to reset this whole fight? Going too well, huh? It's only taking about 30 minutes to do 4 fights. That'd be one that was just never ending. Wow. Wow. Outspeed Luna and kill her instantly. Never would have saw that coming. Haven't seen that 50 plus times in the past 20 parts. Nope. Yep. Just outspeed me and kill me. Quite unfortunate, and that's just what you're able to do. Right. Had to be one of them. Had to be at least one of these fucking fights. Do I have rare candies? I'm 7. It's not really gonna help me much, but, you know, some stats are better than no stats. Do 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 do. Alright, so Byakuran isn't weak to Psychic for some reason, so let's try Kuzai out. Maybe they'll kill him. Who knows? But yeah, the Freddy movie, it was just, like I said, it's overall effects and stuff like that. Just you know, the non-storytelling parts of the movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it. But, like, the plot was completely nonsensical. Characters did things that didn't make any sense. Things that happened just to advance the plot. Yada yada yada. There's already been plenty of videos made about the problems, so I don't really need to say that much, but yeah, not great. But you know, that's just the way it is with Fetty. Where sometimes it can be good, and sometimes no. It's a bit of a shame, because I've honestly had a higher opinion of some of Scott's writing since I watched the first movie, because before I watched the first movie, I was very very low expectations, so the movie was able to meet them, because I heard about some of the shit that's in the books, and I was like, yeah, Scott's ability to come up with some ideas is not very good, huh? But I've since, watched all of Gibby's videos about the Fazbear Frights books, and, yeah, some of them are awful, but some of them are surprisingly good. So, you know, well, Scott's not the one who writes the books, he's the one who comes up with the ideas, I guess. Like, he writes some of it, I think. But as I say, you know, Scott can write some good stuff sometimes. Seeker the Mimic, pretty sure he was the, if not the only writer, at least the main writer of that, and I thought the plot of that game was pretty good. I don't know, who knows how much of the problem of that movie's plot was Scott, or, like, co-writers, directors, other kind of stuff, but yeah, did not turn out ideal. Hopefully they fix their shit for the third movie, but like they were supposed to fix their shit for this movie. And it ended up being worse than the first one. I don't know, maybe they just focused on the wrong things. Yeah, let's just, So, yeah, apparently Kuze was the right answer. Earlier I got my ass kicked, and now, like, what is this, the fourth Pokemon you're on? And I've just had Kuze use one move, and it's been working. They don't keep flinching. Yeah, there have definitely been some interesting mashups they've used for... I don't even know if they're mashup. This one's a mashup. Some of the other ones have just been remixes that barely use the original. Yeah, some of the remixes for this game have been kind of interesting. Like the... Well, I mean, like, most of them are from previous games, like the trainer battle theme from Sanai's theme. Pretty sure it's from a different game, but like... The gym leader theme being... That's not new. The Aqua Magma being Yomu's theme. That was kind of weird. This was also kind of weird. I don't know, maybe that's just me wishing I was listening to the originals instead. Oh, yeah, that's Sega. I thought that was Seiya because you also have a Seiya. There's a Sega and a Seiya. One letter off from being a repeat name, but not quite. It wasn't until Mai where she started repeating names. Has there been any other repeat names in the series yet? There'll be another one, eventually. Maybe. Maybe the series will just stop. Maybe Zune will be like, alright, I'm good. Probably not. You never know. Man, that reminds me of something. I don't know if I should talk about this, because this is technically talking about, like, another person, like another creator's content. I can feel your determination to win. But it's not like in a negative way or anything, it's just something I remember being kind of confused. It was, so when, Pearl dropped, he made a video about, I don't even remember what it was about, but it was like speculation on whether, like, Touhoumon was gonna end soon or something. I didn't really remember the premise of it at all. But I remember one thing where he basically mentioned that, yeah, he hasn't been reading the manga, but, like, based on what people have told him, apparently some real shit's going on. And I just have to wonder, who told him that? Because, no, there isn't. I don't know, maybe that was like... Maybe it was around... Like, nothing has ever happened in Lotus Eaters ever, so... They definitely weren't talking about that one. Maybe they were talking about... The Satori manga, like, when it was nearing the Mizuchi climax, and it was maybe... Oh yeah, the manga acting like things were going to happen. And then they didn't. Like, everything that happened in that story that seemed like shit was going on was fixed almost immediately. Oh no, the yokai mountain blew up. Well, it's alright, they fixed it. Oh, Mizuchi, she's so angry and shit. She's gonna do stuff. Actually, Reimu, like, whacked her and told her to shut up, and I think she's fine now. I don't know. I never actually read the climax. So this is Pokemon, by the way. I just, like, dealt with your entire team, and now this stupid asshole is gonna one-shot my entire team. Fucking hell. I love Pokemon. I really do. Don't you just have a solution for everything, don't you? Oh, you don't kill me instantly. But you two-shot me, so I guess I'll use Aqua Jet, because I'm not going to do anything else. That didn't really do much, now did it? Right, there we go. Well, you successfully made the video over 40 minutes, congratulations. Superb, it should be said. 69,000. You deserve every credit for coming this far as a trainer, Bonica. You do seem to know what is needed. Yes, what a trainer needs is a virtuous heart. Bonica touched the good hearts of trainers and learned good from wrong. They touch the good hearts of trainers and grow strong. Go onwards, the champion is waiting. Alright, there you go. That was the Elite Four. Went alright, I guess. Would have been awful if I didn't grind level 70. I wouldn't have gotten this far if I didn't. But because I did, I was able to get through it, and then the champion's basically on my level now. So now it's going to be a fair fight, basically. But yep, that's the next part. I'll do the champion and the credits. So see you then, bye.